I hear they say they out there gunning for me. Tell them meet me in the square circle. I hear they got some trouble brewing for me. Tell them meet me in the square circle. Now the crowd getting behind them, huh? Yeah. Tell them meet me in the square circle. Oh, you about to take my crown, huh? Huh? Come on, meet me in the square circle.
What's up, YouTube? This your boy M.Z from M.Z Talks Boxing. Now, excuse me. There's been a lot of things going on in the boxing world that's got people asking questions, and a lot of the newbies asking questions, and people are like losing it, you know. Our old timers are losing it. Our new boxing fans are losing it. But check this out. I'm gonna help you get over some things, cause it's a lot of stuff that I gotta say and they all tie together. First of all, with this attempting to strip Andy Ruiz of one of his belts, everybody is in an uproar about that, but the fact is, that's not the first time it's happened. It happened to Leon Spinks. He was stripped of one of his belts because he rematched someone. Muhammad Ali. He was stripped of one of his belts because he immediately gave Sonny Liston a rematch. And at that time, it was against the rules. So we don't know what the rules are now today, but sounds like the same kind of thing as a muck or a foot. However you want to put it, I'm just letting you guys know that Andy Ruiz, it can be possible that one of those belts can be taken from him because it has been done before to the greatest of all time. I'm trying to think if there was anybody else, but I do know for sure those two. Now, getting that out of the way, let's move on to the Jamal Charlo and Brandon Adams fight. Now, here's some things again with the belts and promises being made. And here, as I lay it out, is what it sounds like. You got Canelo, who seems to not want to fight the Charlo twin, Jamal. So not only did he jump a weight class, but he jumped another weight class. He started chasing after all these belts. And it's dubbed that he's chasing greatness. Okay. But what's greater than being undisputed champion of any weight class? Nothing. Nothing that Canelo can do will make him any greater unless he brings all the belts together or something like that. But he didn't. Now, here's where it gets a little tricky, but it still works out. Brandon Adams is the winner of the Contender. And if you all can remember, the winner of the Contender was promised a title shot. Every contender that's been a Contender winner, if I'm remembering correctly, has had their shot at a belt. This is what makes it work out beautifully, because before this belt move was made, it was already in the works of how they were going to get Brandon Adams his shot. Jamal and Triple G had lost his belts. Jamal is the closest thing to a champion. He had just moved up undefeated, so you know he dubbed as a champion. Now the promise can come in because it's been put out that giving Canelo this new belt is a nice way of stripping him of his old belt. And if they did that, that's the craziest thing ever. Whatever they did is kind of crazy because they didn't let Jamal get the chance to experience ripping that belt from Canelo. And everybody was like, Canelo's the greatest, Canelo's the greatest. Anyway, Jamal is now the new middleweight champion of the world, WBC. Canelo got this franchise tag. I guess that's where the franchise belt, which to me only means that they're going to let him keep bouncing around. They're going to protect him from getting his block knocked off. He can't get any greater than Andy Ruiz, the first Mexican heavyweight unified at that, champion of the world. He can't beat that. So out of everything that's going on, I just gave you some things of what's happening with the belts, what has happened with the belts. And Jamal, it might not be the best way to get the belt, I had confidence that they were going to try to stall the young man out and keep him running around and not give him a chance to fight Canelo. So the best way to appease that is to give him the WBC and give Canelo this other thing. But now, our champ from Houston, you know, if I'm understanding this correctly, like, well, Canelo got that belt, then I want that belt. Man, that Lions Only, I'm proud of that too, because they're promoting this fight. Houston, go out and support the people, man. Y'all know what it is. Y'all hear it in my voice. Y'all know how I talk. Southwest, M.Z, y'all know who it be. But anyway, now, Brandon Adams. He already told you guys that he had that 3-year layoff. Like I told you, he did fight on the Contender. He got a little speed. I've watched footage of it. Man, he has a tall mountain to climb because he has to be able to get inside of Charlo. How is he going to do this? I don't know. He does have speed. I can't take that from him. He does have speed, but you see how small he is compared to Charlo in height. Those of you that watch the weigh-in. He has decent defense. I'm gonna just keep it real. The problem that I see Brandon is going to have is the layoff in the ring. I've seen him have good fights, and I've seen him get beat by a fighter that I did not think should have beat him. So, it's not what Brandon has to do, it's how he has to do it, and he has to work off of a jab against a jab that's good in Charlo. He has to have good defense against a good defensive fighter in Charlo. His ring generalship. Now, when it comes to that, I can't really gauge how good Brandon Adams is. Charlo, on the other hand, has shown that he can command the ring. I've seen him make subtle steps left and right to cut the ring off. This is something that Brandon is going to have to combat. I don't know if Brandon can fight off the back foot, because everything I've seen him in, I haven't seen enough footage of the young man to show me, and that's because he's had these breaks in his career. All I can say is, Brandon, you got to work the jab against a very good defensive fighter. You have to be prepared when sending any punches, even trying to get in, to receive punches from a very smart and patient Charlo. And this champion seems like he's a little aggravated and agitated about something, which does not make for a good match, a good recipe for Brandon Adams. But I will not doubt Brandon Adams hard. I'm not going to doubt his resolve. I can't give you people a clear indication of how I think Brandon Adams could win the fight, because everything that he has shown me up until now that I've seen from him, the Contender, and any other footage that I can find to devour on looking at him so I can break him down, there's not enough of him for me to be able to do that. That being said, you know, I'm gonna have to leave y'all on this one, man. The champ looks strong. Jamal, the hitman Charlo, looks strong. He looks prepared. He looks ready. All I can say is tune in tomorrow. I'm excited. Let's see what happens. Your boy M.Z out.